Hello and welcome, my friends, to this, the 13th, lucky number 13th episode of Ladies and Gentledice. Say hello, Ladies Gentledice.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Gentledice.
Yep, Teeves is our gentle dice, our resident gentle dice. We love them. Rox, you have stuff?
I always got stuff. Oh, like stuff about this?
Yeah, sure.
I was going to talk about, but were we talking about natural disasters before we were filming? Anyway, you're watching Ladies and Gentledice. Thank you for coming to join our little show here. We have a Twitch channel where we show our new episodes every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. So perhaps you are watching us on Twitch. We will also rerun our episodes, our new episodes on Twitch at 7 p.m. Pacific time on that following Wednesday. On that following Wednesday. And we upload everything to YouTube, so maybe you're watching this on YouTube. You can just find us there at Ladies and Gentledice is our account name, and all of our previous episodes are there, so you can catch up with us anytime. Keep up with our shenanigans on Twitter at Gentledice. We are Ladies and Gentledice on Instagram. We have a Discord, which you can find in our Linktree, linktree.ee/Ladies and Gentledice. And I think that's all the usual stuff. But we have a special thing that we're going to be doing. On Saturday, May 15th, we have a one-shot, and it is called Effervescent Illuminations, and it's going to be badass, so you should totally come join us Saturday, May 15th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And grab a drink and come watch our special one-shot. It's not going to be D&D. It's going to be something else.
It's World of Darkness. Get ready for a traumatically great time, because World of Darkness is not a forgiving setting.
That's a really good tagline. Get ready for a traumatically great time.
Yeah, great. I'll put that on our next promo.
Do it.
Thank you so much, Rox. Let's get started. Previously on Ladies and Gentledice, we finally got to see what was in the bunker, I guess, underground, that our party was led to. Unfortunately, because of the fire, there was not a lot there. However, there were a lot of really interesting clues that led to a lot of inconsistencies that are going to be a lot of fun to investigate. When we went back to that to the clearing that was the source of the fire, we met Tam, two of our horses, Varney, and a new man named Finben Yarrow, who seems to be the lieutenant sergeant captain of whatever guard that the town of Rowan has. After investigating the little bunker place, we had our party go to the encampment where the base of operations for fire containment was, where we found Matthew. He just started going home, and they found him. And once there, Tara, who had a needle to the face, got treated. Found out a little bit more about the nature of the sheath that she now has, which is interesting. It sounds like she is now more or less immune to death, but not to pain, obviously. And but the most important thing was, after a serious conversation with Juno, Gnarl confessed to starting the fire. And knowing that in an effort to make things easier on everyone, Juno opted to take Gnarl in herself to face the music, as it were, on the crimes of just hurting a lot of people, doing something very irresponsible, and getting a lot of people hurt. And we are now on the road out of the encampment and toward Gondolin. The party probably has about a good day before Juno and Gnarl reaches Gondolin City again, and where Gnarl will probably be formally arrested for the fire. So, hearing all that, what are you guys gonna do? What are you guys doing? You are on the trail on your horses with Tam. Tam has refused to leave. Walking or clapping along several feet behind Juno and Gnarl.
I want to pull my horse ahead, and I want to stop Juno and Gnarl.
Okay, we're doing this. I'm gonna just come alongside. I don't want to be threatening myself. So
I'm like perpendicular, and I just want to say, can we stop and talk about this as a group outside of the encampment for a few minutes?
Juno.
No extra ears, just us.
Juno says, Juno stops her horse, and by extension Gnarl's, and kind of narrows her eyes at you, Zeneril, and says, "We can talk while we walk, but that's the best I'm willing to do."
I just want to stop here. There's no one around. Before anybody even notices that we've left, I want to stop and talk here.
I am, Juno's kind of fist will kind of clench in the reins, and you can hear like the creaking of her special armor. And she says, "Step aside. I'm willing to talk, but I am not willing to stop."
I think that might be the best we got, Zeneril.
Okay. I guess I will ride along Gnarl.
Okay. You guys fall into step next to, or you move your horse away from her way, and she will kind of nudge her horse to keep moving at a steady pace, and you guys fall into step next to her.
We're just walking, right? We're not like cantering. It's not a hurry. We're just walking, right?
Yeah, we're at a steady pace.
I'll come up on the other side with Keith and...
Yeah, I'll ride up next to Juno, not in like a threatening kind of way, and like I have a kind of lax body. I'm not trying to give the vibe that we're like boxing her in, essentially.
Right. Tam, however, you guys are all riding side by side, and it's getting a little crowded on the trail, so he'll trail behind a little bit, like within earshot, but he's kind of like, I'll just be behind.
I'll give him a little thumbs up.
He gives you a weak smile. Kind of. So, talk.
What do you think this will really accomplish?
Justice for those that were hurt by the fire.
In what way? To point blame for potential locking in a cell or death for the individual to blame, even though that wasn't their intention?
Well, it doesn't matter what their intention was. Intention doesn't matter. What matters is what happened after. Consequences are what matters. And what matters is 16 people are dead, and those 16 people had families. And those families are angry, and they're scared, And yes, they want someone to blame, and it should be the person that did it.
That's understandable. Grief is like that. But since we're speaking to someone who isn't, I don't think, grieving at this moment, I'm hoping we can be a little more clear-headed about it.
I am being as clear-headed as I can possibly be. If I weren't clear-headed, Gnarl would be dead. I am being kind here. And I know I'm this unholy bitch that everybody hates, but
That's not actually true. You know we like you, right?
Yeah, we don't hate you, Juno.
Not at all.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure your husband loves you, so I mean, that's at least one person.
Okay, shut up. This is not... Do not bring Henford into this.
He was a very nice man.
Yeah, he was.
He's the best man. Anyway. She has like a little smile on her face and she's like, God damn it, I fucking hate all of you.
Don't hate us. We don't hate you. Let's be honest.
You're a woman that has worked very hard for the career and the status that you hold in Gondren.
I have. And why would I, if I don't, knowing what Gnarl has done, if I don't bring them in, that ruins the years and years, the decades I have put into building myself as a trustworthy guardian of Gondren.
You said yourself that you will also take blame by association.
Yeah.
Potentially losing your title as well as the safety of the city. You were the only one willing to stand up with the Assassin's Guild on that court proceeding.
And maybe...
We're wondering how this benefits anyone. How does it benefit you? How does it benefit Gnarl? How does it benefit the people? Like, benefit. Not talking about something that's already happened. Talking about going forward.
This isn't about benefits. This is about justice. This is about the law. Okay? I'm not doing this because I want to, because I am super stoked to get thrown into a cell and then become nothing after all my years of service to Gondren City. I am doing this because I have dedicated myself to the law, and this is the law.
Why does the law exist? I'm really asking. Why does it exist?
The law exists to keep order and peace. Now, is there a point, like, I understand you're trying to, get out of me taking your friend in, but I can't. I can't.
More than friend, family.
And we're not trying to get you out of it right now. In all honesty, I want you to pause. I don't... Gnarl should, I guess, face the consequences of their actions. But right now, right now, a lot of people's lives are at risk at the moment. Like, not only did you send us to find these potential Assassin's Guild that is harrowing your city, we are also on a mission that potentially could save the world.
First,
and Gnarl is a part of this. And if you take Gnarl in right now, it could throw everything off. Gnarl should face their consequences. I am asking to wait. You haven't told anybody anything. You just walked off with us. I am saying that just pause. Give us a month. And I promise I will bring my own twin in for justice.
Give me a persuasion check.
I know.
It was such a good delivery.
I know.
With advantage.
What are you guys like? If someone wants to give Zenroll advantage, they can, but you have to roleplay what you say to help.
Oh, I just was talking about like the lead up for the conversation.
Oh no,
No, different issue.
you can.
We are, as Z had mentioned, we are all tasked, and we did talk to Grenda about this. That we are, the term she used was godly touched.
Indeed.
And Gnarl does fall in this group with us. I am blessed by Raza. And I know we all have our own connections. And without Gnarl, I'm afraid that our paths might diverge and we could be at a greater risk for tracking down these assassins and getting the items that they have.
I don't think any of us could do it without Gnarl. This doesn't solve the problem of the assassins being out there.
And we know there's one inside Grenda's house as well.
But you can roll with advantage, Zenroll. But first, I want to, like, Juno looks at Keithan and she has this like look of like, are you fucking joking me right now? She looks around. Am I being fucking pranked right now?
I think it would be funnier in that case.
Is this one of these? Is this like one of these like bard pranks where they just spend exorbitant amount of money to trick city officials and then write stories about it in the paper? Like, am I being punked right now?
They're not lying to you. Z's been in contact with Atha, and Keithan is in contact with whoever.
And I with my god as well.
We've already talked with Grenda. Like, if you need backup, talk to her. I'll pull out the book out of my pocket and I'll go, it's not just a bunch of fairy tales. We thought it was as well. And then, yeah, the world is being thrown into chaos and we've been tasked to fix it.
Give me that persuasion check.
No joke, I rolled 2 16s.
Okay. Those were flat 16s. Do you not have any modifiers? Okay.
This is why I wanted someone else to do it.
We were trying. We're still trying. The conversation isn't over yet.
You got me the advantage. I appreciate that.
Juno will she'll go into a pouch on her belt and take out like a small bottle of pills. And like she'll take a couple, throw them in her mouth, and she'll just swallow them dry. That's the type of person she is.
That blood pressure medication, man.
Yeah. And she looks at you guys and is like, I believe you. And it sounds like you have a really strong case for Gnarl's defense. So, you should probably refine it a little bit before you take it to court. I think Grenda would be a great witness on your behalf.
Juno.
We also know there's spies from the Assassin's Guild inside Grenda's.
That's true.
I'm not surprised.
Juno, do you feel good?
Do I feel what?
Do you feel good right now?
No.
Do you feel like you're doing the right thing? Really?
No.
Do you feel like after this is all over, you're going to feel good about it?
There's a lot of things I don't feel good about. However, feeling if I did things because they felt good, then what?
I don't mean pleasure. I don't mean pleasure. I mean,
this isn't about how I feel. This is about the law. This is about justice. And even though I am also on the chopping block, I'm not gonna give it up because it's not gonna end well for me. That's not who I am.
I understand. We're not asking you to give it up. We're asking you to put it on hold. As General said.
We're on a time restraint, and I don't think our time restraint can afford this.
Allow for the court proceedings.
It can't. It can't.
And like I said, I'm not telling you to lie. I'm just telling you to put it on hold. I will bring Gnarl and myself.
Gnarl, you've been quiet this entire time. What do you want to do?
I want to do the right thing.
Okay.
And the right thing isn't gonna. We have to do this, Gnarl. You know that. This isn't going to stop the world from being thrown. You have to be with us.
It's a drop in the bucket. Just a drop.
And you going to jail isn't gonna help the village.
Or being killed.
Yeah.
Won't help your sister.
Honestly, I feel like you're taking the easy way out.
It won't help General. It won't help any of us. It doesn't help. I understand the commitment to justice. I understand the commitment. Well, I don't, but I understand that some people feel very committed to law and order, but I'm looking forward. I'm looking at what we can do. And in this moment, what we can do is not this. If you want to right what you've wronged, Gnarl, this is not the way. Getting yourself killed is not the way. Juno, it's not the way. It's not the way to find something right. What's done is done. Clearly, it's not going to happen again. I can't imagine Gnarl even light a match in a forest ever again. We need to look forward, and we have so much to do. And we can't do it without Gnarl.
I can help rebuild for things that were destroyed
We can't do
afterwards.
it. We can only go forward.
Juno looks at Gnarl and then looks at the rest of you and says, if they don't go along with it, then there's nothing I can do.
Is there a way to move forward and redeem for the things that I have done?
So, the way I see it...
Gnarl's looking at the group.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Juno says, the way I see it, and then looks at Gnarl and is like, oh, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Yes.
By staying with us and helping us stop Mr. B.
By learning. That's all.
We can travel through the woods, try to repair what's been broken as much as we as much as we can. But I agree. Mr. B poses a greater threat currently, and I feel you're needed in this.
Indeed.
And I can't do this without you. I won't do this without you.
You don't need to. I don't think you need to redeem yourself exactly, Gnarl. I saw in your eyes how sorry you are that this happened. Beyond sorry. Sorry's not enough of a word. All we can do is learn and move forward. If you want to call that redemption, you can call it that.
I hurt a lot of innocent people. And I didn't just hurt them, I hurt their families too.
Did you mean to?
No.
That's not evil. That's a horrible mistake, but a mistake. We're not evil. We're trying to fight that.
It will be something that I'm sure, will struggle with and have to deal with for as long as you're here. But I don't think you going through the trial and hearing all of them will help you feel better. It won't help, really, unless you're just trying to take blame and cause more pain for yourself.
It won't put the pieces back into place.
It won't bring their lives back for those 16.
Yeah. I understand, and I'm looking back and forth at Juno as well. I understand that this isn't about feelings, but this doesn't put the puzzle pieces back in place. The puzzle piece is burned.
And
right.
One life isn't going to equate to the 16 loss.
We can move forward. Does this actually feel gnarled? Do you think this will fix it?
I don't know.
I don't think you do.
I don't know what to do.
I know.
Then stay with us. You know you're needed.
I'll look at Juno. And I'll look back at them. I'll help you. If I can, I'll help you.
I know.
And I'll look at Juno and I'll say, I swear, I'll bring Gnarl and myself. When the world is not in pieces.
She doesn't need to. I'll come back.
Juno will kind of will stop her horse and looks at everybody.
Stop.
I physically can't stop you. I am just one person, and you are a group of relatively seasoned warriors.
Oh, thank you.
Whatever. Anyway, however, no one saw Gnarl getting arrested, but I am not gonna not report it. I can't. It's so.
Can't you just wait a month? Say you didn't figure anything out, and then we'll show up and Gnarl will take the blame.
I understand that you care for your twin. I understand that you all care for your friend. Someone here needs to care about the people that were hurt.
We do. We're trying to stop the world from ending.
We do.
What I am saying is you guys can run, but I can't not say anything. I won't. You can cry about how unfair and how sad you are about it all you want, but the fact is, what happened is Gnarl lit a fire that hurt a lot of people, and that is against the law. Lighting fires in the forest and also hurting people intentionally or not is illegal. Those are all against the law, and I arrested Gnarl, and if Gnarl leaves, then they then they are an escapee and you are all accomplices. I can't keep silent about it. So.
You really can.
You really can.
Okay, you're right. I could.
Your investigation took longer than anticipated, and then you came to terms in a month that Gnarl was the one that was at fault, that our party was at fault. It would also allow you time to find a suitable replacement in case your position in Gondrin isn't there. Find someone that you trust, that allies with your views of what future you want with your city. Give you time with
if it even
Henford or your family that you might not have had as much.
I don't think you understand. You're right. I could keep silent. I could be just like all of the other officials in Gondarin City. I could just be like all those other bastards out there that find their own good reason to keep their mouths shut about something, even though it is against the law, even though it hurts other people, because it's in their best interest. It's in my best interest. I am not going to do that. I don't care how justified you think you are. In the eyes of the law, that is how it is, and I am not going to compromise. You can go. I won't even try to fight you. You can go. But if Gnarl does not come with me, I am going to go to Gondarin City and I am going to tell them that they escaped with you.
Okay, that does happen. What does that mean? Like, what does that mean for us? When we go into other cities, what is that? What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen? I don't know the minutia of how law enforcement works in other cities beyond Rowan, but Gondarin and Rowan will work together because they were both harmed by what happened. Each of you will be wanted. Bounties placed upon your head for capture.
Then we might as well just go with you. This whole conversation is moot.
I'm sorry. Avoiding the consequences for your actions is hard.
You know.
So the world doesn't matter to you then?
You've already done it. You've already done what we're asking you to do. You said you would give Gnarl to us, and I believe that you will do that. And that's it. You've already done it. You can't take it back.
Yes, you can go. I can't stop you, but I will not keep my...
That's not what you said. You said you would give Gnarl to us, and I believe you. And don't you understand? That's the line. You're done. You've crossed it. We're on the other side. And it's all right. I clap along in silence for a little while.
Juno is clutching the reins of her reins very, very, very tightly. Like, you can see her fists shaking. And so All right, fine. I will say I'll just go to Gondorin and say nothing, keep my mouth shut, and watch those grieving families cry about something I know I could have done something about, but nope, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because you guys are great talkers. You guys so good.
Month.
So fucking
Just for a month.
You can give them. You can absolutely help them. There's so many ways to help people. Grieving families can't work. You can support them. There's a lot you can do that's actually constructive. And I know you have the means to do that. That's what I would do. That's what I want. And I think that's what you want as well.
Whether they have funeral rites, rebuilding,
Absolutely. Oh, money for funerals as well.
food.
Expensive.
You
Absolutely. Childcare. There are so many things that you can do.
counselors. I don't know, grieving counselors if it's a thing yet, but you know.
It should be, if it isn't. I would prefer to stay and do those things myself, but that's not what I've been called to do. And I have to accept that. I wish I could do what you can do to help.
I'll look over at Z and just kind of whisper to her in Orcish, I don't want you guys to be criminals because of me.
So after a long pause on Juno's part, she isn't looking at any of you. She looks at her hands clutching her reins and just, get the fuck out of my sight. Just go. Get the fuck out of here. I don't ever want to see any of you again. And if I do, if I see any of your goddamn faces again, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's not gonna be good. Make sure I never see any of you again.
Thank you, Juno.
Fuck you.
I'll go over and see if I can take the reins gently of Gnarl's horse.
She'll like take a knife out from her utility bag and just cut the binds that were holding the reins of her horse and Gnarl's horse together.
See you soon, Juno.
No, General. No. Let's just go. We'll turn around.
Okay.
We're in the woods. I'm not taking this road back.
I'll follow General.
Tam, who has been very quiet this entire time, will move to follow. Will move to follow Fionn, and looks back at Juno sadly and says, "Bye, Juno." She doesn't answer. And so does everybody follow into the forest?
Yeah, I don't really have a choice beyond took my the reins of my horse.
Before we, Keithan would hang on back just for a split second.
Okay.
I know you don't feel it. You're still. I respect you, and I think you'll do well for the city. The city's in your care, and then I'll ride off.
Okay. And you guys ride off into the dark forest. Let's take a break. Let's take a break after all that. All right, Rox, you have stuff to say after all of that?
You're watching Ladies and Gentledice. Thank you for joining us for that intense and amazing conversation. Woo! If you are just tuning in, you can catch up with everything we've just been doing. We will be uploading this episode to our YouTube channel, so you can see the first part of this episode and also everything that came before it, all the dozen episodes before it on our YouTube channel. We release our new sessions, our new shows every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. And we also rerun them on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So there's lots of ways to catch up. You can follow us on Twitter. We're at Gentledice. We're on Instagram at Ladies and Gentledice. We have a Discord server, and you can join that by checking out our link tree, which is linktree.ee/Ladies and Gentledice. And we're going to be doing something a little different, a little exciting later in May. We are doing a one-shot. Our lovely DM is doing a one-shot called Effervescent Illuminations, and it is going to be on Saturday, May 15th at 5 p.m. Pacific time on Twitch. Come and join. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to check it out, to watch you guys play. Yeah, it's not going to be D&D. It's going to be, what's the...
World of Darkness.
World of Darkness. I'll make a note of that so I can say it right next time. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. A lot has happened in the past couple of hours. You, Gnarl, have accepted your fate, accepted what is to come, and you, as you kind of stare off into the distance, you think that's all there is for you to do right now. You think about a lot. You think about what's going to happen to Zenral. You think about what's going to happen to Tam. But then you start to think about the past. You think about the things in your life that have happened to lead you to this moment. And what did lead you to this moment? And for some reason, one day keeps pulling at your mind, pulling in your memories. A day where you were in your little village of Karuk, with your twin and your parents and all the other orcs. Well, with your twin, your orc father, your human mother, and your fully orc village. And for a moment, it takes you a moment, you're like, for a moment you struggle to think about how that date started. Like, what about that day, like, started, what about that day started making it special? And you remember, you were sitting on a bed, or on your bed, with some leather, or some leather strips. What were you trying to do with the leather strips again?
I was trying to make these new developments go away. And I was trying to pull that leather so tightly. And it was really hard to do. And I remember thinking, like, it was so bulky. And I think that's when Mama came up.
So you're trying to tighten this leather around you, and it's getting harder to breathe, but you've got to hide it. They're increasing anxiety rising within you, and you barely even notice when your mother comes up behind you, and you just kind of hear behind you, oh. I don't think that's the best way to be doing that. She says immediately, after a brief pause of what seems to be shock on her part, and you look back at her, and she has like a look of thoughtfulness on her face, and she said, I think I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and I think I have the perfect thing. And in this flurry of movement, she goes into her room, pulls out a trunk from under her and your father's bed, and starts just throwing things every which way. Just they seem to be a lot of things from her past as a healer, when she was working assisting your grandfather, before she moved to Karak, and eventually she pulls out this kind of like drab, kind of beater looking tank top thing that is more or less flesh colored, like the ugliest shade of nude you have probably ever seen. And she holds it out for you to look at, lets you take it. So this is something your grandfather and I put together a long time ago to help with what I think you're trying to accomplish here. This way, you won't pass out in 20 minutes because you accidentally suffocated yourself or squished your innards. So try it on.
I will wiggle my body in, and it feels. I can actually breathe in this.
Good. That is the point. She says, good. And she walks around you, kind of rubbing her chin. Looks at you from the side, and stuff, and nods. Yep. It looks like it is working the way it's supposed to. Now, go finish getting yourself dressed. You're gonna be late to meet your dad. Okay? And
Hey,
she'll... Yeah?
Mom,
Yeah, what's up?
and I'll lean in and I'll just give her a hug.
She kind of sighs and then gives you a hug back and then gives you a very tender kiss on the forehead. No problem, kid. I love you. Now, again, you're gonna be late for your dad. You know he hates it. And
You're right.
she'll give you like a little pat on the head before like ushering you to finish getting ready. You finish getting ready, and you with this new tank top, your armor still fits fine. It's still breathable. You still feel like you can move. It's great. It's perfect. It's exactly what you wanted. And you exit your home and walk through the village, this small village with, small little homes scattered here and there. There's the sound of weapons clinking all around you, as this is a place for warriors. A lot of training is happening for the day. You can distantly hear the sounds of Zeneral making grunts of exertion as she's kicking the asses of other orcs around her age. And finally, you find your dad at the edge of the village, standing stone-faced with his arms crossed, kind of bearing down at you. And
Hey, Dad.
you're late. Are you ready?
Always ready.
Good. So, and without waiting for you, he turns and begins on the trail out of the village. And the walk is quiet. There's a lot of you can hear the birds, you can hear the trees, but he does not make an attempt at conversation.
So, Dad, what are we doing today?
Training, as we always do.
It's nice today. The birds are out. And you guys continue like that for like a good 30 minutes. It's probably one of the most torturous 30 minutes you have ever experienced, and no, you might have been tortured before. Like this you might have been actually tortured before, but this is in your like top 10 like longest 10 minutes of your entire life. But eventually, just in the middle of the trail, your dad just kind of slows to a stop. Are we training here, Dad?
And you look upon him in confusion as two orcs around your age, with lovely green skin, approaches the pair of you from inside or from the forest. And And they are armed. One has a hand axe, the other seems to have a small club. And they both wear very nasty smiles on their small tusked faces. Hey, little twig. We see you're going on another training trip with your dad. Why don't we make sure you're good and warmed up for him, huh? Your father is silent.
All right.
Awesome. Roll for
I'm gonna
initiative.
Just walk up to him.
Yeah.
No. 7.
The first blow, or as you're struggling to get your hand axe out, ready for a fight with these two boys, one pulls or one clutches his clubs and his club, one clutches his club and races toward you with. And that is a 12 to hit.
It does not hit me.
Doesn't hit you. So he swings with his club, but you manage to barely dodge out of the way. And he lets out a howl of frustration. And you find that this is your opportunity to attack.
I'll grab my own hand axe and I'll just swing at him.
Okay.
At like his leg or something.
Okay. Go for it.
14.
That is a hit.
Uh, 6 points of slashing damage.
Good job. Okay. So you with a mighty cry, you slash down with your hand axe, and you lodge it in his shoulder, and he lets out another screamy kind of noise. Not enjoying the sight of you hacking at his friend, the orc holding a hand axe takes this opportunity to go at you, and that is another 12, and that doesn't hit. Okay, and you definitely dodged that one. Like, you managed to jump back just as he was bringing his own hand axe down, and he's like, "Damn it! Since when were you so agile?" And the one with the club goes, "Shut up, just get him!" And will swing with his hand axe. That one is a 19.
That hits.
Okay, so that one hits you for 4 damage. Okay, and you are up again, Gnarl.
Since my hand axe was kind of embedded in the shoulder, I'm gonna do an unarmed strike and try to punch him in the chin.
Okay, do it.
Dirty 20.
Awesome, that is a hit. With your child Gnarl strength, how hard do you hit?
It says 3. Just 3 damage?
Yeah, probably just 3 damage. Okay.
Okay.
And that was the first orc?
Yes, the one with that I had my hand axe on.
Okay, perfect. You give him a good uppercut, and he's like, "Ow! We agreed not the face," he says. And you
We didn't agree on anything.
and the hand axe orc will go after you once again, and that is a 15.
That hits.
Okay, so this one, let's see, what is it? Okay, this one will hit you for 4 damage. and the club orc, now enraged by getting clocked in the head and hacked out with an axe by you, will try to hit you with his axe again. And that one is a 14.
That hits.
Okay. I got real pissed. That only hits for 1 hit point, though. Okay, you're up again, Gnarl. What are you doing?
I'm real beat up, and I'm gonna get my hand axe out, slash him again.
Okay.
And that is 6 to hit.
Okay. So you slash at him with your hand axe, and as you do that, you get him right in the other arm, and you can see his eyes kind of cross, and he shakes his head and lets out a very angry roar. He looks like he's very hurt, but not down quite yet. And the one with the axe is like, "Stop hitting him!" And we'll go with his hand axe again, and that is a 17.
That hits.
Okay. That hits for the full 6 damage.
I'm down. And then relentless endurance.
Okay, so seeing his friend like almost go down to the scrawny likes of you just completely enrages him, and he lodges his hand axe right into the meat of your bicep, and and just the strength of it just brings you down, like throws you on the ground on your side, and you feel like the edges of your vision kind of blur, but in the distance you can hear your father say, "That's enough," in his authoritative voice, and immediately both the orcs straighten up and back up. He looks at the two young orcs and says, "Adequate. Go home." And one looking very embarrassed, the other looking pissed beyond belief, slowly we'll walk back to the village.
I'm just trying to push myself up, even though I'm hurt real bad.
Yeah, as you are trying to push yourself up, you see the approaching figure of your father, and for a fleeting moment, you expect him to give you a hand up, but you quickly remember the kind of person your father is as he walks right past you.
Push myself up. Try not to let out any noise of pain. Just kind of trail behind him.
You guys continue walking down the trail. You imagine maybe his pace is a little slower, but that could also be your imagination. Eventually, probably a mile outside the town, there is a small spot next to the trail where there is a nice log to sit on, and he sits down.
Is it okay if I sit next to you? I'll sit next to him.
As you sit down next to him, he kind of roughly grabs your scrawny arm, and begins dabbing at it with an ointment that stings. And after a moment of silence, he speaks finally. He says, "You did better than I anticipated, but not nearly good enough." He sighs and shakes his head. "I don't understand why you're not improving. Your sister even is quickly becoming a competent warrior without my intervention, yet here you are." He takes a moment and begins wrapping your arm in some gauze. "I'm beginning to feel as though you don't belong in my clan at all."
I'm gonna pull my arm away from him and go to punch him in the face.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
That is 18.
18? Ooh. Your father has just implied that maybe he's gonna kick you out of his village, the village that he leads. And in a flash of frustrated anger, you pull your arm away and you throw a punch. And time seems to slow down as your fist inches closer and closer to his face, and you see his eyes, and they're kind of wide, yet there's a small thought in the back of your mind that says, why hasn't he moved yet? He hasn't moved yet. Why isn't he? And then in slow motion, your fist connects with his cheek, and you in that next moment think, oh shit, I just hit my dad.
I just hit my dad. The chief of the village. I just hit my dad. The chief of the village.
He stares at you there, and you both are frozen in time. There is only like the quiet cawing of crows in the distance and the rustle of leaves as your dad just stares down at you.
Gnarl is innerly panicking, not showing it on their face. They know not to show it on their face, but they are panicking so much.
Impressive, he says, before taking your risk. Taking your wrist and putting it down and taking your bicep again and finish wrapping it. After when he's done wrapping it, he pokes it and says, "This is going to scar, and your mom's gonna have my ass for it."
At least I will look cool.
And for a moment, you see a small smile on his face. How do you feel about that? Like, what's going through Gnarl's head after this whole endeavor, I guess?
I feel like he sees me for the first time. Like I am my father's kid.
And as you guys smile at each other as minutely as possible, there is a gentle breeze, and you can, out of the corner of your eye, you see a butterfly flitting by, and its wings are very unique, like the colors, like watercolors in a way. And as that memory ends, you kind of come back to yourself and the reality you are now living in after that moment. And welcome back, everybody, again to the lucky 13th episode of Ladies and Gentledice. Rox, you have stuff to say.
If you are just logging on right now to watch us, yeah, sure. You can see the beginning of this episode as well as all of our previous episodes on our YouTube channel. We will be uploading this episode after it airs on Twitch, so it will all be on YouTube as well. You can find us there. Our account name is Ladies and Gentledice, unsurprisingly. We show our brand new episodes every other Sunday on Twitch at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and then we do a rerun as well on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can catch us on Twitter as well to keep up with our news. We're at Gentledice. We have a Discord that you can check out. That's in our link tree, which probably will be appearing in chat in this very moment, but maybe not, in which case it's linkter.ee/Ladies and Gentledice. We have our super exciting little event coming up. We're doing our first ever live show on Twitch, Effervescent Illuminations. It is going to be on Saturday, May 15th at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and it's a one-shot by our lovely DM, and it's going to be badass.
Boop, boop.
I'm really excited to watch it.
Thank you very much. Yes, come join us on the date that Rox said, May 15th, 5 p.m. Pacific time, for Effervescent Illuminations, our first ever live show, World of Darkness style. Dramatically fun time for everybody involved. Please join us.
Much like this episode.
Yeah, much like this episode. Okay.
Not an episode.
Maybe. Who knows? We'll find out. You have to watch. Anyway.
It'll be live.
Thank you so much. Last we left off, the party has convinced Juno to let Gnarl go, to the party's benefit, maybe to Juno's benefit, who knows? Not necessarily to Juno's emotional benefit, but definitely to her career benefit. So yes, after a very long talk, Juno has agreed to let Gnarl go and not tell the other officials in Gondoran City what has happened to Gnarl. And our party, including Tam, has taken off into the forest, with Juno saying, don't ever let me see your faces again. So, with that said, what the fuck do you do now?
I'm gonna just.
I want to start heading,
Let's
I
ride.
guess, southeast.
All right, great. Let's just ride for a few minutes so I can catch my breath. Southeast?
Yeah, I guess we have what we have. I don't really know if we'll find the assassins. Like, Awut and Draw.
Yeah.
Draw.
Juno.
I don't know if we'll find them. We don't have a trail anymore. So next best guess would be to follow Gnarl's dream and head to the vault.
I'm fine with that.
Tam raises his hand. What about the Wizards College?
Yes.
Which I believe is southeast.
Is to the south.
It's
to the south?
southwest.
Okay.
Oh, well then maybe we'll head that way.
Ah, all right. After it's been maybe half an hour, does anyone want to stop and take a rest? Just to
And
breathe?
we keep going for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
I just
Right.
want to get some distance.
Okay. I'll follow with that then. I am wondering though, Z, can you get the manacles off of Gnarl? I think they've still got-
Yes, I can.
Give me
Probably.
give me a Dex plus proficiency roll. What?
You're muted.
That's because you have to be on the call to be able to use push to talk. It's 22.
22. Okay, yeah, you get 1 free gnarl and 0 needles to the face.
Perfect. It's like I've done this before.
Chuck those manacles far away from us, as far as I can throw.
I'm gonna go pick them up and put them in the bag.
I like to think actually, or Z, can you give me a dexterity, just a flat dex roll?
Ooh, you can catch him.
Yeah.
I imagine it would feel good for Gnarl to throw them at least.
What'd you get?
I got a nat 20.
You got a nat 20. So yeah, Gnarl like
Plus
takes them.
the 2 decks, so it's a 22.
Gnarl takes them, and they go to like just fucking throw it as hard as they can, but then like literally as soon as it leaves their hand, your hand just snatches up and grabs them by the chains, and then you stuff them in your bag.
We don't want to leave any traces. No.
That's fair. I was thinking lead them the wrong way, but all right, it's much smarter, I guess.
And then also, if we need to take anyone prisoner, we got manacles.
There you go. I don't.
Because
I'm thinking ahead.
Because we're criminals now, right?
Hopefully not.
We're on the run.
All right. I'll just keep going in silence.
It's like, oh, that wound, let's pour some more salt in there.
Is that adding enough excitement for you, Tam? Are you
I
happy you chose to come along?
he actually kind of falls quiet at that. I'm happy that everybody is okay, but also I'm happy that everyone is okay. That all of you are okay.
Too.
And he gives you guys a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes.
It's all right. We all have a lot to process at the moment. But I'm glad we're
Please.
moving.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're moving. That's all.
I think after like an hour and a half or whatever amount of time that that General previously mentioned, Tam will start complaining. Like he'll be like, "You guys, my butt hurts. Can we take a rest, please?"
Yeah,
like, sit down.
we've got some distance. Let's we can stop for a second.
All right. Whew, hop off the horses and I'll just go around and check the horses, make sure they're all good.
Are we in like a wooded area?
Yes, you guys are.
Yeah.
It's more like it's the same forest. You guys have passed where the fire is, but it's still it's the same forest you guys like found the clearing in. And also, if you guys so wait, are you on the southeast side or are you guys on the southwest side of the fort? Or like I guess are you off the trail? Are you west or east? Because west is where the fire was. East is the side of the forest the fire was not.
I think I would have started east and then slowly went west because of
Tam?
yeah, because of Tam. But I think I would have that doesn't make sense. I think I just would have headed south first and
Yeah, we definitely went off the trail.
Yeah, and then I would have started veering west.
Okay. Okay. Or actually, I'm thinking the east side of the forest. The east side of the forest was on fire. West side was not.
Oh, I don't know.
I would have wanted to be in a wooded area and
Yeah.
then head southwest, which is the direction of
Okay.
the wizard school, because we told Tam to be taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure where the encampment was and where we were when we were talking to Juno, but we headed into the woods south from there,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay. Well, you guys weren't very far. You guys were probably, I would say, probably like a half hour outside of the camp when you guys had your conversation, and you were walking that whole time. So that was like, when you started your conversation, you were probably like a half hour outside the encampment, and that whole conversation took about an hour. So you guys are probably just past the encampment, in deep inside the forest, but the encampment was on the trail, so
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to avoid.
Yeah, we just went right into the woods.
Yeah. So, Tam does not use magic to get the fire going.
I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't do a fire right now, Tam. Let's just
yeah.
say.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I have control flame if that's a concern. As long as I don't end up paralyzed again, we should be all right.
I don't want to give away our position for the moment.
Oh right, because we
We should just not. Let's just not in this forest.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, yeah, you're right.
We can't hear you, Teebs.
I'm gonna go for a walk. I'll be back.
Okay. Tam was like, do you want anybody to go with you? I can go with you and help with anything you want.
Nah, stay here.
Okay.
You'll come back, Gnarl, right?
Yeah, I'll come back.
You'll come back to us? Can I do an insight
come.
check?
If you are, you can do an insight check. Gnarl, if you were trying to hide something, please do a deception check.
15.
15. Gnarl, if you are trying to hide something, please do a deception check. Nope. Okay. How are you feeling?
Girl just needs to go on a walk. They're a little confused, a little upset, there's a lot of emotions.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll say an orc you need me to come with.
I'll say an orc, no.
Call if you need anything.
And I just walk away.
I'm gonna make sure I've got my eye on Gnarl as they walk away, and I'm gonna be listening, but I'm watching Gnarl walk.
I can always turn into something and go find them if you like.
No, I can follow if necessary, but I want to give them time alone. That was a lot to handle in an hour.
That was a very short period of time. Yes, that's true.
It's a lot of time to go and throw your life away, and then it's given back to you within moments.
Juno's pretty stubborn, so I'm a little surprised it worked.
I think we've made some good arguments. I was just trying to find an angle with her.
I think we broke her. I feel like we broke her one rule.
I don't think so.
She seemed a little lost to me. Actually, DM, can I make that assumption? I didn't do an insight check on her when I chatted with her before we left, and I'm like, I probably should have. But...
I mean, why don't you? What you can do is you can give me an insight check with disadvantage as a hindsight thing. With disadvantage because your memory is kind of coloring your perception of what happened.
10.
10. She'll probably be fine. Uh, this is fine. Like you are a morally gray person yourself, so you're like.
Well, I was
fine.
mostly like wondering if I sense like the confusion and internal turmoil due to my other association, which is kind of what I was wondering on. But yeah.
I think with a 10, you're like, I've made questionable choices in my life, so and I was fine, so she should be fine too.
She'll probably be all right.
I think it's more than that to break a person. I think she might, well, I don't know. I don't know her that well. I hope she grows from it.
Tam is kind of like sitting down and poking at some rations he has, because it's probably a good idea to like eat. He is like, I don't know. She seemed pretty broken up about it, but
That could be a temporary state of affairs, though.
I don't know. I've seen people break, and I think we pushed her to the point that she broke her one rule. I feel like she had a one rule that she'd never do, and we definitely made her do it.
I guess, what do you think breaking is? Breaking a person?
People are resilient. It takes more than that.
What was that, Z?
I said that one rule. Everyone has one thing that they'll never do, and I think we pushed her to do it.
Oh, I don't know about that. I guess my question is, what do you think that looks like? What does a broken person look like? I don't think that was it.
People are resilient. She'll be all right. Tam, did you learn any good recipes while you're out? You know, food-wise? Did they teach you anything at that college?
Actually, yeah. He says, yeah, I learned some fun stuff from Ben Michael, and also Zagok. He like puts down his ration and is like, I forgot. He looks at Zeneral and is like, what that mouth do? Or wait, no, he said, hey baby, what that mouth do? He told me to say Ben Michael said it.
Oh no.
That doesn't sound like Ben Michael.
It wasn't.
Don't say that again, Tam.
Is it bad? I don't know what it means. Zagok said to say Ben Michael said it.
That's definitely a Zagok, and don't repeat that.
Okay.
He's not very bright. If you thought General wouldn't pick that up.
I think I don't think it was meant to sound like Ben Michael actually said it.
Hmm.
I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah.
Can I see Gnarl?
Probably. Gnarl, do you how far do you walk?
I'm walking pretty far.
Okay,
I'm just gonna keep walking until I feel like turning back.
Also, this is also a pretty dense forest, so Gnarl's probably out of eye view.
I'm gonna give it a little bit before I possibly start walking that direction.
I think if you do get up, Tam will kind of grab your hand and say, I really think maybe Gnarl needs time.
I'm not gonna interrupt them. I'm just making sure they don't do anything rash.
Okay. Anyway, I learned besides the thing I'm not supposed to say anymore. I learned some like I can make stuff that'll make you feel better after like a long day. It's not quite as good as the other like priests and clerics in training and stuff, but like if at some point when we feel it's okay to like start a fire, because I can't really cook anything without heat, but I can make stuff
in this forest.
You're on cooking duty then. We'll be the judge of what your food tastes like afterwards.
Whoa. You're gonna have a panel of judges, Tam.
Well, I don't think you guys are as tough as that homeless guy. Apparently, he's a real rough judge.
Mm.
I don't know. He hasn't tried any of my food, but Zagok said that I've got a good foundation.
All right. Well done.
Mm-hmm. He says it's gonna get me a ton of butt.
And I just shake my head again, like palm to forehead, just.
Let's say this. Let's just say that's pork butt, I guess.
Why? Well, I mean, yeah, hopefully, because yeah, having constant access to meat makes cooking a lot easier. So, I hope so.
And you're a butcher's son, after all.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Yeah.
He took the literal definition.
Goodbye, me.
Well, okay. Fionn was the one that said we're gonna say that's pork butt, and he was like, "Sure."
Come on along with me on that one, Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, Ben Michael didn't have a lot of time to spend with me, but Zagok was like, I've got so much free time.
Oh, no.
So we spent like the whole time together.
Oh.
And he taught me so much besides cooking and that one thing that I said Ben Michael said.
Uh-huh. Great.
Different
That's
skill sets.
Mm-hmm. I learned how to talk to girls. He said talk to them like he said. Well, what he said specifically was talk to them like normal fucking people, is what he said.
He said something, right?
Actually, good advice.
Yeah, and then he said only look at their butts when they're not looking.
No, don't do that.
Don't look at butts ever, because that's kind of I don't want to look at any butts. Butts are gross. That's where the poop comes from.
Just follow your heart on that one, Tam.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, sometimes they like to know that you're looking at their butt, so.
Okay. Uh-huh.
How much time did you spend with Zagok?
Almost the entire time.
Oh.
Oh no.
So, does he have any redeeming qualities, Tam?
I mean, he was really cool. Like, he showed me so much stuff. He so like he showed me like really cool ways to cut meat. He showed me how to talk to girls. Like he said, like normal fucking people. He said, and then he said, never look under my bed, and so I didn't do that. And then
Never look under your bed.
no,
Yeah,
not my bed,
one.
his bed. Never look under his bed.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice. I wouldn't get into other people's.
Yeah, so so I didn't do that, but he was like really weird about it. And then I think he taught me other stuff, but I can't remember.
Seems like that you took the good things.
Yeah, he was so cool. We also got fireworks one night. We got fireworks and we let him. So
he's gonna start walking towards Gnarl.
Okay, and you will hear Tam's voice fade away as he talks about how they got fireworks and it was a prank anyway. that fades off.
I'm sneaking, and I just I don't want to get like too close, but I just want to make sure that Gnarl's okay, and then I'm gonna sneak back.
Okay. Do you, so if you want, you can do an opposed sneak and perception check.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Ooh!
Rolled an 18.
Sucks to suck.
Yes, sucks to suck.
22.
Well, I think.
No, mine was an 18 altogether. I rolled terrible.
Oh.
Well, I think even if technically your roll total was over 20, I think the natural 20 kind of trumps it. At least that is my ruling as a DM. So, Gnarl, you are aware that someone is nearby.
Like I said, I just wanted to look and then come back to make sure that like they're okay. And
We'll let Gnarl decide if they want to engage you.
Who's someone following me? Z?
yeah. I'm heading back. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. I'm going back. Unless you want me here.
What do you think I'm gonna do out here?
Run
What,
back.
like why are you following me?
I just want to make sure you're okay. It was a lot to go through in an hour and a half.
I just needed some space, and you can give me some space.
And I'm going back now. I walk off.
I'll follow.
Oh, I'm leaving.
So, what were you guys? So you guys are walking back. What was Fionn and Keithan talking about while they were gone?
Probably zoning out a little bit while Tam was talking, unless it was like about something delicious, about like how he could make something. Other than that, I'm kind of just like zoned unless Fionn said something.
No, I think it's fine to just chat with Tam and make it lighthearted for a little while. And hopefully, if we're there for long enough, it could be a short rest.
Yeah, definitely be
stuff.
That can definitely be a short rest. Fionn, I think if you're like talking with Tam, trying to keep it lighthearted, why don't you give me a quick insight check?
Sure. 13.
At 13? Okay. Let me see. Okay. So you can tell Tam is trying to hide it, but like he's talking like he normally would, more or less, but you can tell that like he doesn't seem into it. In fact, like you as you look behind like the stuff he's talking about, you can tell you catch the tiniest glimpse of something that you don't like, but you can't quite tell if it's regret or suspicion or anger, but something that like that definitely makes you think Tam has, or something that makes you think that Tam feels like he learned something about you guys during that interaction with Juno.
Well, I'm glad you had some good times and learned a few things. It's been a hard month.
In a
lot of ways.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Gnarl and Z.
Oh, really?
They're back.
Okay. Cool. Oh,
No, we don't have to. We don't have to. Do
no,
that.
that's
Yeah.
okay. I didn't get my chance.
Once Snarl and Z kind of pop up, so what's the plan? We're planning on taking Tam to the Wizard College now, or I thought we were going to hunt for the two with the items.
We don't have a lead on them.
Tam. Oh,
Is that all
sorry.
we know? Oh, that's all right. Southeast, is that all we know?
Well, the southeast was the vault. We lost track of the two. We've lost track of Awoot and Dural. Like, they're gone. I don't have any leads on where they went. Could have possibly have gone. I mean, we could potentially look at that address that we got, but I'm pretty sure it's a red herring.
Right. I remember that.
And I think the faster that Tam is at school, most likely the better off they'll be not around us. Sorry, Tam. Things are dangerous and we don't want you to get hurt.
True.
Tam kind of shrugs and is like, I want to go to school. Well, I mean, the assassin guys, the Awoot and Jaral, I mean, weren't they working with the magic item guy? So maybe if you just follow magic item stuff, eventually you'll find them.
I think the best we can do is maybe, meditate about it, pray about it, hope for some dreams about it, and just do our best. But I agree that getting you to school is a good idea first. Do we know how far Vestenholt is from here? How many days journey?
Anybody that wants to can make an intelligence or a history roll.
I'm not even gonna. I haven't. Yeah.
To remember basic biology or basic geology.
16.
16.
Hey, Keithan.
5.
14.
14. Okay. So, Keithan and Z, did you roll Fionn?
No, I don't know this area at all. So.
Okay. So, Gnarl, you're like, I think it's like a long way away. Fionn, or, I'm sorry, Keithan and Zenral, you guys know that this is a long journey by horse. You know that the fastest way to Vestenholt, which is a coastal city, was to take a boat at Anise Harbor. That would have cut your travel time down to maybe, like, it will probably take you guys like 2.5 weeks to ride there by land. Like, it's far. Maybe a week and a half, but it's far. Like, it's there are plenty. Keithan, you know that there are plenty of places for you guys to stop. Like, there are plenty of little settlements and towns for you guys to stop in to resupply. So it's not going to be like, it's as hard of a journey as you are willing to make it. Basically, depending on how fast you guys want to get there.
That's a long time.
Yes. I think Keithan, with your higher roll, you also know, like, you can probably try to find another coastal. It'll be a risk, because you're trying to stay out of Gondor and stuff, but there's a possibility for you to find one of the other coastal cities between here and Gondor that Anise Harbor boats stop off at, and maybe climb aboard one of those and get to Vestenholt that way.
That's a long way.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe
it
we-
is.
Maybe we shouldn't spend the time just now.
If that's our plan to take Tam, I agree. If we get any leads or find out any information, that we veer from our course of Tam to head towards our priority. At least that's my priority.
Yeah,
Right.
it's important.
So we start off. Go ahead and start off and see how it goes. See
Yeah,
how
I mean, there might be some more coastal cities. Potentially could charter a boat to take Tam to Vestenholt, but there's risk in that.
If I remember correctly, Mr. B was heading to Vestenholt anyways. Not that I think we're ready to take him on, but I mean, there could be some trouble along the way for us to stop anyways.
Right. Right. All right.
Especially if he does have Gerald and Awoot on his payroll and as guards or something of that.
Right. Sounds as good as a plan as any.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we're going to be followed. And I don't think we have to go back.
She may just give us time and then say something. Who knows?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I certainly know we don't have to go back. She said she never wanted to see us again, and I believed that. So, let's just press on then.
Okay. So you guys have a short rest.
Right.
It's probably about midday now.
Which do we have all our horses? Who do we have? Matthew and Sally and Bertrand and Maggie
I believe so, yeah.
and what's the last one?
Tam's horse.
Yeah.
I can't remember Tam's horse's name. It's not Clop, but it's not Clopper,
Yeah,
but it's like something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's
Tam's
handy.
pony.
Clop.
Yeah, pony.
Was it
Is it
Clop?
Clop? Oh.
It was Clop. Tam.
Oh, good pony. All right.
mhm.
Yeah, I guess we can just hop back on and keep going.
Okay.
Unless anybody,
Oh.
not that we can't walk as well. If you have anything you want to talk about, I know this has been a lot.
Yeah, while we're walking, I want to look at Keith and then I go, Rava?
Oh,
I
Rava?
definitely caught that when we were talking to Juno.
Yeah, I kind of figured it'd eventually come up.
Wait, what? Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Rava? Question mark? That
Oh.
it's definitely something I caught.
Oh,
While-
Raza. Okay.
Oh, Raza?
Yeah.
Why did I say it was Rava?
I mean, it sounds similar.
I've got Avatar the Last Airbender stuck.
Yeah, Raza is the god I have connection with. I figured it'd eventually come up, so if it helped get us out of a pickle, might as well.
How are you connected? Do you have like dreams about him like everybody else, or?
Yeah, we have some visitation.
how long have you had that connection?
I mean, I guess it kind of like depends on your definition. I mean, it's like a family thing, I guess. So all my life, sort of, but not really. Yeah, it's there.
What, I guess DM, would I know what Raza is the god of?
Yes, you everybody would know that. You know that Raza, I need to write a new thing for everybody to reference to. Raza is the god of intelligence and instinct. So he is known as probably the most chaotic god of all of the others, because his mind is constantly at war with the urges of the natural world, but also just the unbelievable amount of intelligence he also possesses.
Does your family have visits from him as well?
Yeah, you could say that. We're pretty well known in our tribe, with a bit of a connection. Things are a little bit more normal in a sense, I guess, leaving, but...
Where are you from?
I don't know if we know.
Some swamplands.
Some swamp or other.
Yeah, swamplands or other. Part of... we're out in Greenland. Part of the Strider tribe. I don't know if you're familiar, but kind of bayou-esque
DM, would I
marshes.
know where it's located?
You guys will know, like, it's to the far south.
Okay.
It's kind of on the opposite side of the country that you guys are from. Like, if you guys are from kind of a northern area, she is from like the opposite south end.
I've never been south that way, although I've never been really outside my area at all, so I don't know why I'm saying that.
Honestly, this is kind of my first venturing. The Strider tribe is very community-based, as well as with some of the other tribes in the area. So we're pretty used to assisting each other when necessary.
So you left because Raza called you to?
Oh no, I've been wanting to leave for a while. Raza just was the extra little push.
Oh. Wanted to see the world?
Yeah, things get a little tiring when it's all the same faces and all the same things.
Insight check.
If you're trying to hide something, do a deception check.
$18.
Yeah, you get the sense that Keithan seems to be like telling the truth, that they were a little kind of tired with just the same kind of mundane ongoings. That they did want to see more, and this was just kind of like the added reason to be like, hey, all right, yeah, why not? But yeah, I had already wanted to go and see things, and Raza kind of helped give that extra little push for reasoning. Dad wasn't really in the best condition to go, and I was doing well, so Raza and I had a conversation, and I was better suited.
I'm sorry your dad's not doing well.
Oh no, he's fine. He just has a lot of things to deal with, and older.
Oh, good.
Why not me?
Indeed. How long ago was that? I haven't been gone for very long.
I was traveling probably a couple months. I mean, you could probably ask Bertrand. I picked him up pretty soon after leaving town. I don't know if he tracked the miles in his hooves or something like that.
You hear a very annoyed huff.
Yeah.
I called you the right name, at least. Don't give us that. Yes, I know. I'll have to ask him. I'm sure he's noticed different things along the trail than you have. But is it everything you thought it would be? Is it everything it was cracked up to be?
I mean, it's definitely different. After meeting all of you, I mean, it definitely has that level of excitement. I thought there'd be a little bit more food involved. I mean, I've gotten to taste some like different types of foods on my journeys, which has been nice. But I really like to be able to deal with this and help where I can.
Do you have a dream dish you've always wanted to try? Anything that you're looking for in particular?
You know what? Something fanciful. But I don't know. Like Gondran's food was pretty good. Definitely different types. I mean, obviously, I love meats. We get quite a bit of those at home. Different types of things. I mean, the gator is not bad, and
Have you tried frog?
oh, of course. So that's just frog.
They're
everywhere.
Tam, a boy
They're
from
so annoying.
Tam, a boy from the Northwest, goes, ew.
If you hear those things croaking all night, like, yeah, you would eat them too.
Just want to them as well.
Uh-huh.
You know what else is gross?
You gotta take care of that population.
What else is gross?
Chickens.
Chickens?
Aren't chickens gross?
No, they're not. They're delicious. I love the legs.
That's because you're used to them. Imagine if you had never seen a chicken before.
I'd be
Then-
scared of them. Their beaks
Really?
are sharp.
They are. So
Well, you can use the feathers for all sorts of things, though.
Uh-huh. He pulls out an arrow. Uh-huh.
there you go.
Oh. Pillows work too, though. The pillows are nicer.
I guess.
If you pluck enough chickens.
Mhm.
So, you guys have a lot of... you guys walk and you talk until the sun starts getting low in the trees, and it gets darker because you guys are in this very thick, deep forest. That was a part that was untouched by the fire. It gets dark quick. So do you guys want to keep trying to travel in the dark in the forest to get a better lead, or do you guys want to stop for the night?
I think we should stop, I'll say to the group. I don't see any reason to press on tonight. We've been through a lot today.
Right.
So you guys set up camp.
Not sure that we should make a campfire, though. Let's continue skipping that for now.
Okay. I will say, for watches, having camp or not having a fire will only make things harder for Tam and Keithan. Just as far as watches go, because everybody else has dark vision.
Understood. I'm happy to take a shift on my own. That's fine.
Tam actually looks at Fionn and is like, can I watch with you?
Of course you can.
He'll give you a smile that again doesn't quite reach his eyes.
Sure. All right. We'll team up.
Okay. And
I'll
then,
take a middle watch.
Okay. Who wants to take morning watch?
I can take morning watch.
Yeah, or myself if there's some light.
Somebody-
Oh
I'll
yeah,
join
I guess
Z.
I could take first watch or whatever, unless that's what Fionn and Tam are doing.
Yeah, I think we're doing first.
Yeah. And so yeah. If you sorry, excuse me. So Keithan and Z, you guys can take first light watch or morning watch together if you want. Or
Yeah, I'll do that.
or somebody can take watch with Gnarl. Who wants their very own watch?
I think Gnarl wants their own watch.
Hmm.
Is that true, Gnarl?
Gnarl's been pretty grumpy.
Yeah.
And pretty quiet, so probably.
Okay.
Sounds like a deal.
Okay. So you guys have your watches set.
Have a dinner of cold mushrooms and rations.
Yep, cold mushroom ration dinner.
Mm.
But I think two people that are the grumpiest about this are Tam and Keithan. who would rather have better food.
I make a salad. Like, I'll do my best to forage a little bit and make a salad of some kind.
Okay. Yeah, Tam hates vegetables, you find out. And also, I think also you can kind of tell that Tam has gotten spoiled a little bit from all the good food that he's been having in Gondoran City.
Did he put a little bit of meat on his bones because he's a growing boy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. He got So it's dark. Tam can't really see anything, but Keith or Fionn, you can. So Fionn, if you want to do a perception check, Tam can't assist you because if you were to do a perception check, it would be at disadvantage, and I don't think you can assist when you have disadvantage on a thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. But he'll try on his own anyway with disadvantage.
I have advantage actually anyway.
Oh, okay.
Got my shield. Can keep with me. Let's see. Oh, I rolled 2 16s, Tara.
2 16s.
So 22.
22. Tam got a 15 and a natural 20.
Oh,
so a 15 because it was with disadvantage.
Oh, pretty good. Good job, kiddo.
Tam says, "I'm good at listening."
I'm good at watching, so us too. We got it covered.
He smiles kind of weakly at you and falls quiet.
I'm gonna scoot over like sideways and put my arm around him.
He'll lean in and says, "Sorry, I know I interrupted you earlier when you were saying something, but then I was like, oh look, it's Gnarl and General because I didn't want to talk about stuff."
Well, that's all right. Whenever you want to is fine with me.
I guess I heard all the stuff with Juno. I didn't really say anything because I didn't know what to say. He looks at you and he's like, I know, like you guys are out to save the world and stuff and stop whatever Mr. B is doing, but like, I don't know, I also saw
I'll give him a squeeze silently.
there was just like, there was like so many people that were hurt by that fire. And like, I know Gnarl didn't mean to do it. Of course Gnarl didn't mean to do it, but like, I don't know, like, the girl, she didn't mean to hurt my mom, right? She didn't mean to kill my mom. She was under control of somebody else, but I'm still so mad at her, like she was, and it's like, all I can think about is like, I know she didn't mean to do it, but I was still angry and I still wanted, like, I know sometimes I'm still happy she's dead, even though she didn't mean to do it. And all I can think about is like, those people probably feel the same way I do. Like, even though Gnarl didn't mean to start the fire, are you, like, I'm really sorry, Fiona, but I don't know if you guys are good people anymore. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. I think it's good to question things. Always question things. I guess, I recognize that I have maybe a different thought process than someone who was raised in a city or raised under a strict set of laws. It's not something I'm used to. But I will say, if we're just talking about what eases grief, do you think that the girl being dead really helped? Or would it have been better if she had stayed alive and been able to do something constructive to help fix what she had done? And if you still think she's better off dead, I understand. I just want you to think about it is all. We have to move forward. That's all we can do. I remember saying that to you a while ago. Just do your best.
Tam will give you a big hug, a really tight hug. And
We're all out here doing our best. Sometimes it doesn't go real well. I was so pissed at Gnarl for that. I've never been so mad in my life. It's an awful thing. It really is. But killing Gnarl wouldn't fix it.
Yeah.
And I think they might have done that. I don't believe in that kind of justice.
Okay.
But as far as us being good people, I don't know either. You can come to your own conclusion on it. I always thought I was good, but out in the world, it's a lot of choices we have to make every day, and they're hard ones. And you don't always know you've done the right thing. I mean, I think today we did, but I understand if you have to think about it some more.
I don't know. Like, I think, I don't know, because I know you guys are really nice, but also I don't think you guys are really nice, and you guys took me in, and you guys have been really, really good to me. I don't know. But still, it just, it's hard. It's hard not to think about the other people that I saw, and they're not gonna know what happened.
I know.
Really quick, Nora, give me a perception check.
Oh, is Gnarl not asleep?
Um,
Ooh, Gnarl! Sneaky, sneaky. I think they're asleep.
11.
11. No, you cannot hear this conversation. This is a private conversation. I think I love you guys, but I think I just want to go to school now.
Put my other arm around him and just hold him in. Scratch his hair.
He'll hug you back real tight. And I think he'll end his watch a little bit early. Like, he'll just be like, I'm really tired.
All right, off with you.
Okay. So,
I'll just sort of talk to myself,
Okay.
talk to Fair.
Okay. Oh.
But
okay.
I'm not gonna meditate. I'm gonna talk as if she was next to me. Just
Mhm.
about what happened during the day and how hard it was to talk to somebody who's so different from myself. I did my best, and I think I did the right thing, but what does that even mean? So
You take a moment and you speak to Fair.
just fill her in.
There's a moment of silence after you've gotten everything off of your chest about the day. And then from your brooch, right above your heart, you feel warmth. It's comforting. There's no voice, or it's just a subtle warmth against the cool breeze of the night. Okay. And your watch ends. Gnarl. Your watches, you guys pass each other. If you guys want to have a conversation, of course you can have a conversation. Or
I'll give Gnarl the opening, but I won't say anything in particular. Just report that there wasn't anything that happened during the watch. No threats. Seems quiet out there.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Fionn. And Gnarl's not making eye contact with you, just kind of walks past.
I'll curl up. Go to sleep.
Okay. Gnarl, give me a perception check.
Nat 20 again.
And nat 20.
22.
Okay, so you have your it's lovely. You have your watch, and you have the you can hear like a scurrying in the forest, and have this intense feeling of deja vu as you see a raccoon getting closer and closer to a bag that had been left out.
Push the bag closer so the raccoon can get into it.
Okay, yeah. At first the raccoon like stops, but then as you push Keithan's bag closer, as you push Keithan's bag closer, the raccoon looks at it, looks at you, and like sticks its grimy little hand right in there, and takes like 2 of her rations before he's...
I'll nod at it, kind of smirk, and just kick my boots up on the rock.
It gives you a look, like a nod of understanding that you find unnerving. Before it runs away on its hind legs, holding close these two rations. Hashtag call back to the first episode, or the second one, first or second episode. Revenge on Keithan.
I'll grab the bag and like move it back a little closer so that there's like obviously like moving lines along the the forest floor.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds great. Okay, and beyond that, your watch is uneventful. And as the sun begins to rise, Keithan and Z come out for their watch.
I'll wake up Z and just give her like a shoulder squeeze, and then go to bed after that.
I'll just nod at Gnarl.
Okay.
And get up and go wake up Keithan.
So you guys go out for your watch. Keithan, you can give me a perception check with disadvantage, and Z, you can give me a regular perception check.
17.
Mm-hmm. 12. Okay. I think with a 12, Keithan does notice some drag marks around her bag. But that's it. Like, I think she notices drag marks around her bag, and she's like, "Did something get in to my bag? Is that my bag with food in it?" And basically your focus is on that for the rest of the night, or for the rest of your watch, and that's all you know.
I'm definitely gonna like take my bag and like check it out.
Yeah, you notice 2 rations are missing.
I just look around to the party, like, just with like a suspecting eye, like to each like bed, and like even a little bit to Z, like, nah. Somebody fucking take my food.
Yeah. Also, Z, with the 17, you notice the track marks, but otherwise, there's nothing there's nothing out of the ordinary for your watch.
Like raccoon track marks.
Yes, there are definite, like, I think with the 17, you know. Actually, give me a survival check. Actually, if you want to know any of the specifics about what happened.
18.
18? Okay. So you, with an 18, you know exactly, you don't know like what Gnarl did specifically, but you know that the bag was pushed and then pulled. And you see the scurrying, like, little paw prints of a raccoon, like up to where the bag was pushed. So that is what you see.
If Keithan says anything to me, I'll probably tell
her. You would hear me kind of like grumbling as like I'm looking through my bag and like kind of like counting.
Keithan, are you okay?
Some of my food's missing. And there's like
I think
2 rations.
got into your bag. There's footprints over there in the mud. Or dirt.
Do you know what kind of thing?
What?
Do you know what kind of thing?
Raccoon.
Kind of... Okay. Next time I'm eating raccoon. Takes my food, I take it.
I mean, I've had raccoon before. It's not bad. A little gamey, but you know.
I mean, maybe you could make a fun little belt with a tail or something like that.
You could make a
Maybe.
pretty cool hat. Then you'd have 2 tails instead of 1.
That's true. I mean, 2 tails are always better than 1.
And it would be warm.
Yeah. I have my little thing to help with the warmth, which is nice. But I mean, you can never really be too warm, so could help. A lot of heat escapes out of your head. Why don't I wear a hat? I should definitely wear a hat more frequently.
Find you a raccoon.
All right. Next raccoon we see. Food and hat.
I'll keep my eye out.
Okay, let me know.
No problem.
Let's score to settle.
So
Girls, indirectly the murderer of a raccoon now.
So you guys spend your watch, unless there's something else you guys want to talk about. You guys spend your watch plotting your revenge on this mysterious raccoon that took 2 rations.
Z, how long have you been in contact with Otha?
Atha.
Otha?
Oh, quite a while. Like, young. Maybe, like, well, yeah, quite a few years. It's all been a bit indirect, you know. I think it's only been recently that the dreams have really kicked off, you know.
Okay, so kind of more recent communications.
Yeah. I think she's shown up maybe once or twice, but never this direct.
Seem like they have a more common goal.
I guess at least with this, it's definitely more direct. She seems, I don't know. She seems, I don't want to say worried because I don't know if gods can be worried, but she definitely seems a little worried, I guess, about some of these items getting loose.
Ross has definitely been a lot more on edge. He's always been a little troubled in a sense. The statue of the tiger was something made to help control. And since then, he's been a little bit more far off, but he has a different presence when he visits now than he used to.
Oh, so things have kind of kicked up for you as well then.
With his concerns, yeah. I mean, he's always been a little like all over the place, but there's a more serious presence to him now than what he had prior. So there's a concern, and with the diamond in Awut, with Raza's jewel, I'm concerned that's gonna be troubling to get. To be honest, that's part of the reason I was insistent on Naro coming. I think they'll be able to help a bit, hopefully, with that. I mean, after all, Naro helped wrestle a tiger.
Yeah. And damn near helped wrestle that revenant for me too.
Mm-hmm.
Gnarl's important. I hope they know that.
I agree. When the light's a little bit better, do you mind if I take a look on the book? I want to see if I can decipher anything else for that.
Yeah, I'll pass the book off to Keithan.
Okay. Was there Keithan, you have the book. Was there something specific that you're looking for?
I was looking for information on Raza's jewel, any potential weak points on removal or transferring, something like that.
Okay. So I will say, since you just spend a couple of hours looking for it, I'll just I'll give you what information the book would have, which is admittedly not a lot. Yeah. This book will give you basically a general overview on what each item is, but not anything too specific. So you can find the information that you already have, which is it's an item that imbues the user with great power, or with an insane amount of strength, but also an insane amount of destructive strength, to the point that no one's been able to rein in someone that has started going with this cube. It will say that this cube is a part of someone till death. Like, this is, yeah, you surmise that, like, you surmise from what you know about Raza that, like, yeah, it makes sense. Like, he would probably be like, no, I don't want anybody to steal this from someone that I've given this thing to. So yeah, it's yours until death, because I'm giving this to a specific person. But you also think, give me a medicine check, actually. What?
I rolled a 9, so I was like, oh, fuck, this is really shitty. But I have a +4, so 13.
Oh, a 13? Okay. So I would say with a 13, you think it is a long shot. You are probably 50% sure that, the last time this was out and when Raza created it, it was before any sort of modern medicine. So you think maybe, just maybe, you might be able to take it out if you find like a skilled surgeon, maybe. But at the same time, though, you're like, Raza is also one of the most intelligent beings in existence, so that's something he might have already thought of. So it's like you're 50-50 on it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, but also you would have to find A, someone willing to do it, and B, you would have to subdue someone with it already. So
yeah, murdering's easier, potentially.
Yeah, murdering is probably the easier option. Okay, so your last watch is the morning watch is over. Everybody's starting to get up and file out to have their morning rations. And I think that is where we're going to leave off, starting off a new day, with a general direction to go, a general plan, and mostly emotional, like, not a lot, emotionally freer for everybody, now that you've talked it out. Everybody's talked something out, at least. So yeah.
I was gonna ask
A conversation.
What's that?
You might have a conversation when we get up.
Yeah, I was gonna ask the party, like, over breakfast if we needed to talk further, because I feel like we kind of did, but like not fully.
Okay.
So we can do that next time, or we can do it this time. Either is good.
We will do that. We will do that next time.
All right, cool.
All right. So, thank you everyone for watching our 13th episode with us. And this was another shorter one, but very roleplay heavy. I think I'm very happy with this episode. Rox, our last announcements of the night.
Yeah, you're watching Ladies and Gentledice. Thanks for joining us. We put our new episodes up on Twitch every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We rerun them on Wednesdays after that at 7 p.m. Pacific time, and they also go up on YouTube. So if you're just tuning in and you want to catch up, you can find it on our YouTube as of the Monday morning after they air, and all of the dozen other episodes before this one as well. So yeah, check us out on YouTube, Ladies and Gentledice. You can also follow us on Twitter at Gentledice. You can come join our Discord, which you can get to by following our link tree, which is linktree.ee/Ladies and Gentledice. And gee, what else? I guess that brings us to the special event we're going to be having on Saturday, May 15th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We're doing our first live for Realsies live show. It's called Effervescent Illuminations, and it is a World of Darkness game put on by our lovely DM, which I will not be joining for, but I will be excited to watch the rest of y'all, and I believe we have a guest as well.
Yes. Our guest, a very good friend of mine, Maya. You guys, if you are on our Twitter, you will get a lovely introduction to them within the next couple of weeks, as well as all of our other characters. So keep an eye on our Twitter for information about our some teasers that'll come up about our one shot that I'm very, very excited for. Get ready for a traumatically amazing time. Anyway,
That's a good tagline.
Yep, great tagline. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for being there for lucky 13th episode or whatever the fuck. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.